And hello and welcome to Women's Biz Tribe Success Summit. Welcome to those who are just tuning in to listen to our next presenter, Trish Rock. And thanks to those who have just been listening to so many different speakers. I'm loving your feedback, loving the engagement, and I'm most excited that you're all now joining the Women's Biz Tribe for a complimentary month. Come in, say hello, come to any of our webinars. We've got something on every day. And we just have a ball, and we all just help lift each other up. Who doesn't want that in their life? I would love to introduce Trish to you. Oh my goodness, Trish is probably the complement of me because she's known as the Queen of Calm, and I'm probably known as the Queen of Hyper. So I'm really looking forward to our conversation today. Trish believes that the power of peace in your life can transform anything, all right? And she finds a great sense of inner peace, direction, and clarity in her life, everyone's life that she meets. She uses her intuitive gifts, her psychic ability, and her holistic approach to change. And she gets to the root cause of any blockages. She believes that anything can be shifted, and therefore transformation can happen. So I'm going to let Trish share the platform now with you, and we're going to get to know her a little bit more. Welcome to the summit, Trish.
Thank you. Thank you. And what a great introduction. Thank you, Annie. And thank you for you watching this, for being here. Now, you may not think that peace has anything to do with business or life success. But today, I'm going to help you see the truth in this and to really get you started on your way to more inner peace. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how you can truly improve your life in so many ways through the power of peace. Because for so many years, I was in chaos in my mind, and it reflected in every area of my life. Does that sound familiar to you? I would love it to change your life too. And I know what it feels like to be on that hamster wheel of drama, of blame, of never feeling like you are enough, or that your life is enough, or that you are creating your desires and dreams rather than just putting out fires. I'm going to show you 3 ways to enhance your life through more peace and internal calm. And I will be sharing some of the tools and practices that I teach my clients and that I've gone through as well in my 5-step P.E.A.C.E process, aligning with peace and prosperity through parallel realities, and also the divine solutions breakthrough. Number 1 is clarity. Clarity on the areas of life that feel most out of alignment, that don't feel good right now for you. This will stop the frustration and the habit of throwing everything into the too hard basket or the chaos bucket, and defining where it actually is that you can get results right now when you put focus there and bring it back into alignment. Number 2 is connection and calm. And this will really help with decision making. It's important in business, the way forward, and creative new ideas and more enriched relationships. Number 3, acceptance and presence. This allows you to be the witness to your life rather than feeling powerless. And in turn, this will bring you to a state of inner peace and an energy about you that people will feel and see as soon as you enter a room. To have this information will enhance your life today. Taking at least one of these practices or ideas will shift something inside of you that really could start a whole new chapter of transformation, abundance, and prosperity in your life. Of course, you could choose not to do it and remain the same. And believe me, I was there for many, many years. But that's what most people do. I would love, however, to really see you hop off that hamster wheel of frustration and chaos and bring this peace into your life that could really expand so many things in so many ways for you. So let's get straight to it. The 3 ways to enhance your life right now with more peace are clarity, connection, and acceptance. Back in 2009, I was in such inner chaos that I decided I was going to sell my home, sell my business, sell a lot of the stuff that I owned, and actually leave the state and move somewhere else in Australia and start again. You see, there were a few areas in my life that were not going well for me, but the overwhelm created this big pit of despair where everything was being thrown in, every area of life, so much so that I thought my whole life was absolutely up the creek, and there was no way to fix it. So what I chose to do was to move away from anyone and anything that was creating my unhappiness. You see, I was blaming everyone around me and everything for how I felt. So my answer was to move away. The thing is, it actually wasn't true. There were so many things going really well in my life. My business was thriving. I owned my home. I had lots of friends, but there was no clarity in my heart or my mind about, finding the difference between what was going right and what was going wrong. And because I was so frustrated and out of alignment in a couple of areas, it just bled into all these other areas, and I couldn't see what was working and what wasn't working. So there is a saying that you may have heard: wherever you go, there you are. Well, surprise, surprise, 12 months later, there I was in a completely different state in Australia. I knew no one. I was doing completely different work, hanging around completely different people, and I still had no deep sense of peace or happiness, and I had no one to blame. It really was then that I realized that it was not the external that was creating this chaos. It was actually my internal chaos and misalignments that was showing up on the outside. And there's a really big difference there. So when I really started to understand that, and when I started the work within to find this place of peace, and happiness, so many things just changed in my life, and they changed because my internal dialogue and energy was different. Things became better. Opportunities were arriving with ease. My creativity and intuition were clearer. And I actually enjoyed starting each new day with curiosity and joy, something that I hadn't done for many years. And I want this for you too. So let's really dive in now and look at the first point, which is clarity. What is it that you desire? And why is that not happening for you? This is one of the biggest breakthroughs for me and for my clients now too. Clarity on what it is that you actually wish to change, and clarity on actually is not of what's not working for you. Because when you're in the overwhelm of everything feeling wrong, it's very difficult to find solutions. because you're really drowning in the problem. So that's really the key to getting started, is clarity. I like to start with the area of life that's being most affected. And usually you will know when I asked you, what is not working, you would have immediately have thought of that area of your life that is not working the most, right? So because for me, when I let go of my old life, it really was only one or two areas of my life that I needed or wanted to change. But I didn't realize at the time. And as I said, I just threw everything into this big blanket statement of everything needs fixing. Fix my life, right? But, I didn't know what to focus on. So clarity will really help you with that. And this is the first exercise that my clients do in the P.E.A.C.E process. We find clarity. And I want to share one of these exercises with you. If you do have a pencil and paper nearby, great, write these questions down so you can really focus on them even after this is finished today. Okay, here are the questions that I really want to ask you, and contemplate them, maybe journal them as well. What area of your life is this frustration and chaos? What exactly is going wrong? How long has it been this way? And what would your desire be for this area that's come to mind? How would this area of your life look if you had peace there? How do you feel and why in this area? And has it ever been different to this? Has this area of your life ever worked? That's a really important question too. So just this short self-inquiry really can change everything, and it will bring a level of peace to you immediately. Why? Because clarity on what it is that's actually going on gets your mind out of that hamster wheel, and it allows you to step away from the frustration for a moment and really ask yourself, what is going on here? And what is it that I really don't like? And what is it I want to change? And it will help you see that not everything in your life is going wrong, if you feel that way right now. Number 2, connection and presence. This is the home of peace. This is your heart, the source of you, the power of all you are. As humans, we quite often have a system where we put the mind in charge and our heart becomes the servant. But this is not the best way to operate. The way to change the things that are not working in your life is to put your heart in charge. Because when you put your heart in charge, it will then put your mind to work and everything shifts, because you're coming directly from your passion, from your source, from your intuition, from your alignment. When you are connected to presence and your higher energetic self, the sense of calm that comes with that really helps in so many ways in your daily life. But I don't have time to meditate, Trish. I hear people say that all the time, right? And to those people, I say, you're the one who needs to meditate the most. Yeah, busyness really has become a badge of honor. But it's really affecting people's health, physically and mentally, and keeping them in frustration, exhaustion, and chaos. And that's why 15 minutes of meditation daily or some mindfulness practice will really put you in a state of ease and calm all day, no matter what life throws at you. This means you'll be able to make better decisions during the day in your business, in your career, your family, your relationships, because you'll be basing those decisions on a calm, peaceful heart feeling, not from fear or frustration or hopelessness. Now, meditation doesn't have to be cross-legged on the floor, silent for 3 hours, right? And I think it's this notion that really puts a lot of people off. You know, meditation and taking 15 minutes a day just to center and breathe and calm the mind can be as simple as your morning coffee or tea routine. Personally, I drink sacred cacao in the morning, and that is my beautiful 15 minutes of really just breathing, noticing the moment, feeling into whatever's happening in my body, watching nature, just really enjoying that moment without the manic of emails and everything else, my to-do list. I take that time. And for me, that is a beautiful meditative moment at the beginning of the day that really keeps me in ease and calm all day. And of course, sometimes on weekends or if I'm home during the day, I will do some of that during the day too. Other things for you might help you calm the mind or step out of the mind momentarily as well. Walking, running, singing, dancing, whatever it is for you, it doesn't have to be a traditional meditation. You know, even just sitting back and lying in bed before you get up and listening to the birds, that is calming. So find something that works for you and really make the intention of trying it at least for 15 minutes every morning and see the difference it makes in your day. And maybe for you, it is actually meditating on the floor, but legs crossed, right? Whatever suits you. Find that thing that resonates. Do it daily to find your inner connection and center yourself for the day ahead in humanity and in your life. Bring deliberate calmness into your heart, mind, and body. Number 3. This one is really, this is acceptance. And this one is a really very challenging for many people when it comes up in my mentoring and in my programs, because we've grown up to believe that acceptance is allowance. It's condoning bad behavior. It's saying what that other person did or experience did to hurt us was okay. And so there's a resistance to it. But that is not the case at all. Acceptance and forgiveness will truly set you free. Acceptance and forgiveness are key to inner peace on a daily basis. When your mind is constantly in the past, bringing up old experiences that weren't pleasant, or all the coulda, shoulda, woulda stuff, right? You can never be at rest because you're always like, oh, if only that conversation was different, if only that didn't happen. And it's this chaos. And you can also be in this chaos projecting into the future, right? Oh, what if that happens in the future? What if that happens? And you're in this constant state of fight or flight, which is really stressful on your body and your mind. But what if everything that has come to pass in your life is an absolute blessing because it's brought you here now, today, your magnificent self? And that is actually the truth. Everything that has happened in your life has brought you here right now. And this is true presence. Being here now in full acceptance of who you are and where you are at. And believe me when I say this was very challenging for me at the beginning, because I was nowhere near where I wanted to be in life. Financially, in my career, in my health, in my relationships, even where I lived, right? When I started this process, I was nowhere near any of that. And it was so difficult to be in acceptance. But the magic happens when you can be in acceptance anyway, here and now. And this is when the resistance really drops, and you actually start to be an open vessel and receive all the things that you desire, right? When you are not in resistance, your life really becomes so enhanced. It's magical. But the best side effect is the inner calm and peace you will feel because you're truly in the present now. And that is real in the now. That is all that's real now and now and now, right? So one of the tools that I give my clients for this is around forgiveness, because forgiveness really will set you free, and it helps you with the acceptance side of things too. Forgiveness is freedom, and this will help you move forward in the present moment. And once again, forgiveness is not about anybody else. It's about you. It's not condoning anything or saying anything was right or wrong. It's about you being free of any lingering emotions or stories that continue to play out. So, a forgiveness list. Who is it you wish to forgive and why? And this list includes you. I like to have this list at the back of my journal, so I've got it with me all the time, and it's handy. And what I would really love for you to do is to immediately write down 10 statements of forgiveness. You may have thought of a couple as immediately as I was speaking. And you may need to contemplate it a little bit as well, because especially if you've been holding on to a story for a long time, it's very hard to let it go through forgiveness. And so if you've got those thoughts, why should I, forgive those people that hurt me? Well, it's for yourself. Forgive them for your own peace. Yeah. So start with a few people, situations, or experiences that come to mind, and just simply write them down. I forgive blah, blah for blah, blah, and I set myself free. And you might have a few for yourself, right? And as each day comes, they may just be little personal ones. I forgive myself for snapping at the children today. I forgive my boss for snapping at me today. There must be something going on there. I forgive myself for not being a good a friend as I could have been today. All those little things that stay in our head and we're having conversations about, let it go. Write them down. Let them go. And you will really feel a lot of peace. And it's a continuous list. But what I've found, when you do it for a period of time, it just becomes automatic in your mind, actually, and you don't need to write it down anymore. As soon as you hear that story repeating and that conversation going on in your mind, you're just like, oh, I forgive that and let it go. Oh, I forgive myself, I let it go. So start. That is the main thing. Just start. So these three things, clarity, connection, and acceptance, when acted upon, can really create the beginnings of massive transformation in your life in all areas. And this is what brings joy to my life daily, not only watching the transformations of my clients, but the deepening of inner peace in my own life. And it's up to you now to take the action, take that step forward to creating change and living the life that you desire with ease. And experiencing inner peace and calm doesn't mean you can't have that vivacious, passionate, go for what you want kind of life. It just means that you have more calm to make better decisions, and you're really coming from a place of alignment from your heart, making better, calmer decisions in your relationships, your career, your health, all areas of life. Inner peace will expand all areas of your life. So because we don't have time to go through the whole 5-step P.E.A.C.E process with you today, I'd love for you to contact me and book in for a complimentary 20-minute inner peace audit, where we can discover where you are aligned and where you are not, and just get that clarity. And I will also share at least one tip or practice or tool with you to really help realign that area so you can find some peace. You could begin to experience more inner peace, and that began a ripple effect in your life and the lives around you. How would that feel? And if you feel ready right now, or I've inspired you to know that change is possible for you, then contact me or connect with me and let's get started creating the life that you truly wish, with more inner peace and less chaos. Thank you. I'm Trish Rock, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. Thank you for listening. And remember, you are wonderful.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Trish. I tell you what,
You're
I feel
welcome.
calm. I feel calm. I feel empowered. I'm imagining those out there listening to that presentation. So, such simple steps, so hard to do when you first start it, clarity, connection, acceptance. So hard. I love the rawness of your journey. The fact that you actually just picked up your whole world and moved somewhere else like a little turtle going, well, surely it'll be better over here. And that's
I'm done.
Suddenly it'll be amazing if I just change the whole environment. And the funny thing is, we actually are there too. You can't get away from yourself. There were so many gems of wisdom there. I know that this episode of our summit is going to be on replay. Those of you listening in, seriously, answer those questions that Trish gave you. Get your journal out, write responses to them. We don't want to just have chaos. We don't even want a chaos bucket. We actually want intentional behavior. We actually want to know, what I've got in my life is there for a reason. Things that I don't want in my life are actually out or removed or distanced for
Absolutely.
a reason.
It's the clarity, isn't it? Imagine if you could just wake up and during the day just go, wow, this, and this are working in my life. I love it. Oh, this area is not working. What can I do?
Yes.
And it's so,
Yes, and it's that responsibility, right? It's that once you've got acceptance, is actually go, yeah, well, I am responsible for my own life, and I do get to make those choices. And those choices, I tell you what, listening in, we've all been through these stages of our lives that we actually just were drowning in the overwhelm. If you're in those stages at the moment, I tell you what, we've all been there. I for one had 4 children in 2 years. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And I was only 25 years old.
Oh my goodness. You definitely wouldn't have had time to meditate.
I'm just thinking, who are those people who get to sit there and calm? I couldn't even go to the bathroom by myself. And so I love what you shared there. It's what works for you. And you know what? Even the thick of it, even the juggling, and I've juggled lots of things. I've coached women around the globe. We've all got things that enter into our space, and we're such little soldiers, and we want to please that we just accept and do. And this session has just been absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant way to close our summit today, because it just really gives us that empowering steps to go, you know what, reach out, have a connect with Trish. Go and get some simple steps, because you don't have to move your whole world. You're actually beautiful the way you are. You just actually have to step into that empowered self. There's ways to do that. Will it happen overnight? No, but it will happen when you apply these basic principles. And Trish is just a fantastic example. She's lived and breathed these experiences. She's got the skills. She's got the programs. She knows how to actually help you find your Zen, whatever that looks like. Me, I giggle through yoga. I'm probably not there yet, but that's okay, because I also absolutely loved sitting in the garden with my cats, reading a little journal, doing things. There's ways that you can go find your space, and it's about slowing down and not having a competition with anyone else. It doesn't really matter how someone else finds that space. It's actually just tapping into yourself. So we could seriously chat all day. And for just a little sneak peek, I definitely will have Trish back on my podcast, Memoirs of Successful Women, because I feel that we would have a lot to chat about. But for today, we're going to close the summit today. Thank you so much for sharing that wisdom with us today, Trish.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been an absolute honour to be here and part of this Women's Biz Tribe Summit. And thank you. Thank you.